Welcome all. Today we are to be study about the basic steps of the process production of metal powder. So in last lecture we have to be already study about the powder metallurgy. So it is a manufacturing process in which the components are directly produced by bringing a powder of the starting material into the desired final shape by compressing the powder in the dies. So in last lecture we have to be study the first step, that is the preparation of powder. The mostly used procedure for the preparation of powder, that is of the atomization. So in that we have to be study about the gas atomization, water atomization and centrifugal atomization. So today we have to be study about the next steps of our powder metallurgy technique, that is the blending of powders. So blending or mixing of the powders. So blending is a different from the mixing, and it is in reference to uniformly distributing particles of the same material. So this blending, it is to be necessary to achieve the uniform size and shape distribution of particles within a powder. So blending, that is to be of a necessary. Then the mixing of powder, there are to be used the different techniques. So in that figure we have to be seen, there are to be first figure, there is use of the cone, or we can say that a container, or second there is of a drum. So also there is to be shown the direction of rotation of that cone or container. So with that techniques or with that containers, rotating containers, the powders, these are to be mixed with each other. So this mixing, that is refers to combining and homogeneously distributing particles of the different materials. The individual powder material are often blended first and then mixed with the other powder. The mixing, that is performed a variety of the mechanical methods, that is container, that is of the drums, that stirring mechanism. All these are to be of a rotating containers or techniques we have to be used for mixing of the powder. But also in that mixing and blending, there is also used some other ingredients which include lubricants. So lubricants, these are to be improve the flow characteristics of powder particles. Then second additives, that is of binders. So binders, these are to be help to improve the compactability. And third additives we have to be used is that deflocculates. So these are to be help to stop agglomerations of particles, and binders help, that is of particles of the powder. So that is the second step of our powder metallurgist technique, that is mixing and blending of the powder. Then third step, that is of a compacting. So after mixing and blending of the powder, there is to be of a necessary of the compacting. So in compacting, there is to be apply the high pressure to the powder and form into that required shape. So the main purpose of that compacting process is to form the metal powder into the complete or compact desired shape with sufficient strength. So there is during our handling it is not a damage or breakage. So the compacting method that is to be used to give the required shape to our powder particles. But in that compacting there are to be used the two techniques. The first technique that is a pressure shaping techniques, and second that is a pressure less shaping techniques. Pressure shaping techniques it having the number of techniques: die pressing, roll pressing, extrusion, isostatic pressing, continuous compaction. Also in pressureless shaping techniques, it include the slip casting, gravity compaction, also the continuous compaction. So out of that, the mostly used compacting techniques that is of die pressing and isostatic pressing. So we have to be study about the first process that is of a die compaction. So in that figure we have to be seen that there is use of the two dies. The upper in first figure we have to be seen there is in upper it is to be named as a upper punch, and the lower it is to be named as a lower punch, and in between that there is of a die. Also in that first figure that arrow indicate that is a feeder of our powder. Then in second figure, we have to be seen that the powder it is to be fed into the cavity of the die. Then in third figure, we have to be seen the feeder these are to be left out, and the upper punch it is to be falls on that powder particles or in the die. And in fourth figure we have to be seen the upper punch it is to be applies the pressure on that powder particles. Then in fifth figure we have to be seen that the lower die it is to be moving in upward direction, and the component or the pressing material, powder material, these are to be ejected from that die, and the new powder particles these are to be ready for the feeding into the die cavity. And in sixth figure we have to be seen that the next powder particles these are to be drops into the die cavity, and the product powder product after compacting, after die compacting, it is are to be taken out. So through that die compaction we are to be formed of our component, and it is to be named as a green compactor. So these are the first method of the compacting. Then second method that is of a isostatic pressing. So isostatic pressing, in that it is the powder metallurgy techniques or forming process that applies the equal pressure in all direction on powder compact, so it achieving the maximum uniformity of density and microstructure without the geometrical limitations of uniaxial pressing. So in isostatic pressing, the pressure is applied in all direction against the powder that are to be contained in the flexible mode. So we have to be study there are two types of the isostatic pressing. The first one that is of a cold isostatic pressing, and second the hot isostatic pressing. So in that slide we have to be study, see, that is of a cold isostatic pressing. So in first figure there is to be involves the compaction performed at a room temperature. So cold isostatic pressing we have to be performed at the room temperature, but the mold are made of the rubber or other elastomer material. So the water and oil, it is to be used as a hydrostatic pressure against the mold inside the chamber. So in that figure we have to be seen that the pressure that is to be acting by the hydrostatic fluid like a water or oil, and there is of a flexible mold. So due to that pressure, these powder, these are to be compacting, and after that, after some time, the hydrostatic pressure that is to be of a released, and the powder component that is to be of taken out from this isostatic pressing. But in this isostatic pressing, there is we cannot be get the good dimensional accuracy, because we are to be used there a flexible mold. So through by using that flexible mold, we cannot be get there is of a good dimensional accuracy. Also this shape, um, after mold, after pressure, after powder product, we cannot be get that a finished shape. So there is to be required some dimension or some operation before it go for the next step or before it go for the sintering. But also it having some advantages, that is we can get the more uniform density. There is to be of a less expensive tooling. It is to be used for the shorter production runs. So that is of a cold isostatic pressing. We can apply the pressure along with water and oil on the flexible mold, and we can compact the powder inside that flexible container or flexible mold. Then second isostatic pressing, that is of a hot isostatic pressing. So these are to be carried out at high temperature and pressure. But here we are to be using the gas such as the argon or helium for the compression medium. So in that case, the mold which are to be made from the sheet metal, and because these are to be withstand at the higher temperature. So these hot isostatic pressing, there is use of the higher temperature and pressure. So we get the better advantage that these are to be having the high density, good mechanical strength and bonding. So these hot isostatic pressing mostly used for the component which are to be useful in the aerospace industry. But these process, these are to be of a expensive as compared to the of a cold isostatic pressing. So these are the two steps of our compaction. First, that is of a die compaction, and second, the isostatic pressing. It includes the cold isostatic and second, the hot isostatic. The next steps we have to be study in the next lecture. Thank you.